does it mean to live a limitless life? What does that mean to you? Take a few seconds and let's consider it for yourselves. Don't worry, none of your perspectives are wrong. It could be a limitless business life or a limitless personal life. Your thoughts about it, they don't even have to be perfect and they don't have to be structured. Just take a few short seconds to consider it for yourself. Now close your eyes. No, really, I need you to close your eyes. I want to introduce you to someone. I want to introduce you to a girl that grew up in a small town in rural North Carolina, where the population was somewhere around 1,100. They had 2 stoplights, and at 8 p.m., one of them blinked. This young lady was taught early on that there were limits to life, not by what was taught, but merely by what she witnessed in her environment and in the home that she was raised in. She was raised by a single parent, her mother, who sometimes worked 3 jobs to take care of her and her younger brother. There were no elaborate homes, no silver spoons, no fancy cars, but there was great work ethic and there was always enough to live. She immediately knew that work was necessary for living and that it would likely be a part of her immediate future. This young lady never knew her father, and by the age of 16, she gave birth to her daughter, and by 19, to her son. And according to societal's limitations, expectations, she was never supposed to be anything, never supposed to succeed, but to rather be a statistics. Fortunately for this girl, she had a mind that stretched beyond the limiting beliefs of her family, her friends, her co-workers, and even some of her educators. Maybe some of you were like her as a child. You always wanted to know why or why not. This young girl's mind told her that there were no limitations, none, not even when adversity arose. She learned to use adversity as fuel to the fire that would push her into her destiny. She believed that there was always a way to reach the goal. She went on with those 2 children to take on a full-time job, work full-time, and attend community college at the very same time. She later understood that that small town was just too small, and she packed up her 2 children and she moved to sunny South Florida, where she later became a C-suite executive for a multi-million-dollar corporation with a career spanning over 20 years. She also took on an entrepreneurial journey and became a published author, and later she earned a doctorate degree. She lived her life aspiring to be an example to others who resonated with her story. And she's still building and living a limitless life. What I learned from that young girl is that you do not have to be a product of what you have been taught or even what you've learned, but rather you become a product of what you believe. I am Dr. Rasheda Jackson. I am the co-founder and chief operating officer of Be Free University, where we are on a mission to set 1 million families free financially. I am your business mentor and your strategist. Now let's get into it. Let's talk about the bag. Everybody is encouraged to secure the bag, get the bag, buy the bag, take the bag, girl, wear the bag. And that's all good within itself because the bag is where our money is. And we know that we need financial stability in order to live, in order to survive. That's great. But the bag I'm going to look at with you today, the one that we're going to observe today, is going to take the limitations off of your mind. As a matter of fact, it's a bag that will not keep you bound. One that is going to encourage you to work intentionally. This is the bag that will help you to aspire to be the greatest form of yourself. This bag, believe, aspire, and grow. This is the bag where you don't chase the money, but you rather attract it to yourself. So we're going to jump right into it, and we're going to take a look at the first letter in bag, and that letter is B. And B stands for believe. Now listen, we are wired with limiting beliefs. We're just wired that way. We're limiting beliefs, and they come from a seed of fear, either what we've taught, what we've been taught, or what is in our natural body. Why? Because fear at its core mechanism is designed to keep us safe. What you have to understand, and the reality of it is that fear is designed to keep your physical body safe, not your spiritual body and not your mind. And when we allow fear to take over our mind, we are given to self-imposed limitations. What are some self-imposed limitations? One of them would be past experiences, boundaries to belief that are created from our past experiences. How does that resonate with your business? Many of us are afraid to share our product or our service because we have been rejected in the past. Many of us are just afraid of the no. So because we have that past experience, we don't share our product and our service with everyone that we encounter. The next self-imposed limitation would be societal expectations. Some of us avoid exposure because we don't believe we're in the right body. We think that we're too tall, we're too short, we're too fat, we're too skinny, we're the wrong color or the wrong ethnicity. And those are all self-imposed limitations that tell us that we cannot expose ourselves to other people. When the reality is that other people, they have your bag. And so you have to remove these limitations. The third self-imposed limitation that I want you to observe is the opportunities that we deem as failures. Failures that can become opportunities only remain failures in our mind, and failures stagnate our growth when they are not turned into opportunities or life lessons. Those will help us to pivot and move forward with our business or our personal life when we understand their purpose and their meaning. So what I want to help you do today with the word believe is I want to help you to believe better. And how are we going to do that? Number one, we are going to adopt mindset shifts. Shifts with an S, because you cannot just shift and stay there. You have to stay in motion. You are going to affirm what you believe. That is going to help you to adopt a mindset system of shifts. Affirming what you believe. These are the things that you know in your knower and that you expect for your right now and for your future. When you affirm things, it's important that you not only write them down, but that you affirm them out loud, because some of us have some extra people going on in our minds, and we need everybody to go in the same direction. So when you affirm it out loud, you hear it, your spirit man hears it, and everybody lines up and we go in the same direction. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to apply practical exercises. When you feel the fear, you've heard it before. You've heard it in business, you've heard it in personal, you've heard it in motivational speeches, you've heard it everywhere. When you do feel the fear, what do? You do it anyway. That is how you overcome it. That is how you annihilate it, kill the fear, is doing it anyway. You have to be in motion towards your goal at all times in order to show yourself that you believe it. You have to believe it first. And when you believe it, then everybody else around you will believe it also. And as a matter of fact, they will come and join in with your goal when you believe it. We always talk about they, them, and those people, they and them. And we don't really know who they are, but they're always talking about support. Who doesn't support them? Family don't support me. Friends don't support me. The reality is they don't believe that you believe it. When you believe it for yourself, your value and your pricing will change. And guess what? People will come and support you when your pricing changes and when it's more expensive than it is to support you right now. Trust and believe. It happens every single day. But you have got to engage in practical exercises that show that you believe the goal that you've put out there in the atmosphere. Number 3, you are going to draw inspiration from others that have overcome the boundaries that you're experiencing right now. And how do you draw inspiration from others? You read. One word, read. One word, read. You read because these people believe that they could, but they're going to share with you the things that were limiting beliefs. They're going to share with you boundaries that they overcame, and they're going to share with you how they did it anyway. And that should inspire you to continue on your pathway towards your goal. These individuals are people that believed that they could. The next letter in our bag is the A, and the A means to aspire authentically. Discover a passion. Number one, discover your passion. Identify your genuine passions and interests. Steve Jobs said it like this: to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is a great work. And the only way to do great work is to do what you love. And if you have not found it yet, keep looking. Most people are running around with multiple hats on, doing multiple things, calling themselves serial entrepreneurs, doing a whole lot of stuff, throwing stuff up against the wall to see if it sticks, when in reality, if you aspire to do what you love and you're authentic to your passion, you will focus. And that focus will be your direct pathway to living a limitless life. Every product that I've ever launched, every place of business that I've ever been a part of, all started with a single focus. One product took them into the branches of many products. You have to find what you love and you have to focus. The next thing that you're going to do in aspiring authentically is avoid the comparison traps. Avoid comparing yourselves to others. When you compare yourselves to others, it brings detriment to your progress. It will slow you down. It will slow your momentum. It is vital for you to measure success based on your own personal benchmarks as opposed to the benchmarks of others. Why do they put blinders on horses in a race? Simply because they need that horse to come out of the stall and to head towards the finish line without looking to the left or looking to the right. When you spend time looking to the left and to the right, to the right and to the left, you lose momentum. It slows you down. It slows your pace. And you are looking at what someone else is doing, which is taking up time and energy from you doing what you need to do to reach your goal. The third thing is to set goals that resonate with your authentic self. Be authentic to your goals. I believe personally that this generation that is living today, that we're looking at today, that they are the most authentic generation to ever be born. They don't wear masks. They don't hide anything. They talk about everything. They put everything on social media, and that's cool because that's their generation. And I'm going to just borrow a page from their book, and I'm going to say it like this: set goals that allow you to do you. When you have goals that allow you to be who you are authentically, it will encourage you to work and to do what you have to do with genuine motivation. You don't need somebody clapping, patting you on your back, pushing you forward, because these goals resonate with who you are. You are genuinely motivated to do. And when you're genuinely motivated to do, what happens? You achieve more. You get more done when you have goals that resonate with your authentic self. And not only that, you work while others are playing, while they're sleeping, while they're scrolling on the internet, while they're watching TV. You are working towards your goal. And it really is no sweat because you're doing what you love and it's authentic to you. And the last thing is that you will work it with all your might. You will give it your all. You will give your time, your energy, your blood, your sweat, and your tears to it to see it come to pass. I heard Myron Golden say it just like this the other day. He said, if you want to be legendary, then work with all your might. You've got to give it your all if you are going to see your goal be great. Now, the next letter in our bag is the G. And the G, we're going to grow graciously. And how are we going to do that? We are going to embrace failures as lessons. We're going to take every failure, every mistake, every bad decision, and we are going to use it as a lesson. Remember that young girl when I told you about adversity? Adversity became fuel to the fire. You've got to take these failures and turn them into fuel to your fire. They are not failures. They're opportunities for you to learn and to grow. The next thing you're going to do in this G with growing graciously is you're going to collaborate. Collaboration is the new currency of business. And if you want to elevate, you've got to collaborate. Growth is not a solo journey. No man is out here by himself. No man is an island. Nobody's on their own doing this thing by themselves. You've got to understand that you must engage with others. And how do you engage with others? Through mentorships, through partnerships, and through shared experiences. Don't be afraid to share the business behind the business. You need to tell and make sure people understand what really is happening and going on. That brings you back into your authenticity. And not only that, it allows you to glean other experiences from people that you are being mentored with or in partnership with. Your mentor right now is your key to success. They are your pathway, your gate, your door, your bridge over troubled waters. Why? Because literally they can share an experience or two with you that will help you to go in a direction that will prevent you from experiencing some of the same things that they've already experienced. This is your shortcut to success. Your mentor is your shortcut to success. Next, the last thing we're going to do, we're going to apply gratitude. Gratitude is now a growth tool for you in your growing graciously. When you show gratitude, it adapts, it attracts great things to you because you are now showing that you are grateful for your journey. Your journey. Not only that, gratitude leaves us open to change, and nothing grows without change. Not me, not you, not a plant, not a tree. Nothing grows without change. And when we show that we're grateful for our journey, we grow graciously. And the last and final thing is that you are going to give yourself grace. When you give yourself grace, you say that I understand that there's a perfect time, that there's a set time, that there's an appointed time for everything. Grace given to us is unmerited favor. We don't even have to work for it. It's doors opening from the north, south, east, and the west. But when we give ourselves grace, we relieve stress and we allow time to have its perfect work in our lives and in our business lives. Now let's look at it through the sport of gymnastics. Let's take our bag over there and apply it. In the sport of gymnastics, there's a huge team of competitors, but each competitor has an individual responsibility to succeed, to score points, to win. Each competitor must believe that they are worthy of winning. Do you believe that you are worthy of a limitless life? Each competitor must aspire to do the work of the best typeset of themselves. They must aspire to work with focus and with all their might. Are you giving your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your business, your life, your personal relationships? Are you giving it your all? Do you aspire authentically? Are you being yourself in this aspiration? Those competitors have to be themselves, and they've got to do it with all their might. And lastly, they grow graciously. They are able to humble themselves, to be coachable and teachable, to receive the critiques from their coaches and from the staff, the people that work with them. And they understand that through working with all of their might, that their only responsibility is to look to the individual lessons that they've learned about themselves in the process. Are you ready to observe yourself? Are you coachable and teachable? Can you live a limitless life? The goal here is to win, but the gold in this life is a limitless life. A life that you live on your own terms. One that says that you can do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for however long you want, without any boundaries. A free life speaks to what you believe, what you aspire to, and what you grow. I would love for you to join me. Be on my team at Be Free University. And for more information, you can go to BeFreeUniversity.com or IamRasheda.com. I'll meet you there, and I'll see you in the Formula to a Limitless Life workshop. Thank you for your time.
To get the replay of all of our speakers, as well as access to the workshops, go to theprofitsconference.com. The Profits Conference.